Hi, and welcome to this special report on adoption. It's really my privilege to be hosting this show because the subject matter is very important. I'm 23 years old, and I have a friend actually a little younger than me who's just been through an amazing series of events. Her name is Heather. Now, Heather was dating this guy and wasn't planning on it, but found out that she was pregnant. And shortly after that, this guy left. Now, Heather's a really sweet girl, but she didn't have any money and she didn't have a job, and she knew she wouldn't be able to keep her child. Some people might say Heather had a problem, but my father always used to tell me that there are no problems in life, just challenges. Now, Heather had the incredible challenge of finding loving parents for her unborn child. If you or someone you know is in this situation, please stay with me because there is a wonderful solution for you. It's called Journeys of the Heart.
The Journeys of the Heart headquarters is in Hillsboro, Oregon. They also have offices in Illinois and Washington. I had the opportunity to meet with Susan Tompkins, the founder of Journeys of the Heart, and I learned a great deal about this unbelievable nonprofit agency. I had the pleasure of meeting Melanie. Her story reminded me of my friend Heather. What a wonderful and courageous young woman.
I was 16 and pregnant, and I had to tell my mother, and she said that I had to have an abortion or I couldn't live at home anymore, and that was not an option for me. I wanted to give my child a chance. So I moved out and lived with my boyfriend and his family, but he wasn't supportive at all, and he threatened to quit his job, and I was all alone, dropped out of high school, had no degree, no anything, no job, and then I knew that there was something, I needed to do something. I couldn't take care of my child, I had nobody to help me, I was all alone, and adoption was the best option for us. So I called Journeys because I'd already met with Susan when I was looking for options, and she put me in a hotel for a couple weeks, and then she found a place for me to live. They took me to my doctor's appointments, they bought me clothes because I didn't have any money, they got me hooked up with insurance, and I even had a birthing coach from the agency. And that was wonderful. She was a great support. And Susan was always there for me, no matter what. And my parents pretty much abandoned me at that time, too. I didn't have anybody. So that was amazing, wonderful. Susan presented me with a bunch of families that were interested in adopting. And I looked at them, and the family I was looking for was a mom that would be able to stay at home with him. He would have siblings. They could just give him a better life than I could offer him, and he could get an education. And David and Marilyn were the family that I chose. I got to meet them as well and ask them all the questions, like what kind of religious background they were going to raise him in. Marilyn's a nurse, and she could take care of him better ways than I could. And his adopted father's a doctor as well, and he has 2 adopted siblings, plus all of his cousins are adopted. It's open. I can see him. I just need to call them, and it's wonderful because I'm just like part of the family. We sit and talk about what's going on in our lives, and it's really great. Planning an adoption for my son has enabled me to finish my education and get my high school diploma and go on to college and to travel, and I can't imagine having an 8-year-old right now. That's just beyond my imagination. And David and Marilyn take such amazing care of him. He's a part of their family, and I think that's wonderful. I would advise anyone that's considering adoption to call Journeys of the Heart. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. They are there to answer your questions and to try to help you choose what's best for your child.